What fourth stimulus check update for $1,400 specifically focused on people receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI survivors, people on retirement, low income, fixed income, seniors, older adults, people with disabilities. I've got all the details when you can expect the fourth round of stimulus check, how much money can you expect, which group of recipients will be included. I'll be going to cover all the details on the fourth stimulus check update and also the schedule for the payments. So without further ado, let's jump right into all the details. Alright guys, so I completely understand your situation. Money is the tight thing as of right now, especially for low income, fixed income households. Money is a very tight thing. Now believe me, Congress could be a little bit slow in terms of legislation, their discussions, the reform bills, packages. I get this question from the community a lot. People are asking whether Congress is even working onto the legislation or not. I wanted to emphasize that Congress is working onto the legislation, so it's very important to keep eye on to important announcement, latest bills, packages, reforms that might improve your benefits, raise to your benefits, or might provide you additional round of stimulus checks. A stimulus check may not be a check that would be globally distributed. Instead, it would be specifically distributed for a specific low income, fixed income beneficiaries, and this one including Social Security, SSI, retirement, SSDI, SSI beneficiaries, RRB, low income, people with no income, older adults, those individuals with disabilities. So these are the most important group of people, those who need it the most. So government may allocate those group of people. And if you check out the previous rounds of stimulus check of $1,200, $600 stimulus check, and $1,400 stimulus check, last three rounds are showing one very important factor, that is the eligibility criteria. Let me go over through the details. Individuals with adjusted gross income below $75,000 as individuals and $150,000 for married couples were eligible for the first round of stimulus check, $1,200 payment for per person and $2,400 for married couples. Then right here into the second round of stimulus check, individuals receiving $600 and $1,200 for married couples filing jointly. Eligibility was below $75,000 for individuals and below $150,000 for married couples filing jointly were eligible for the stimulus check. Then right over here onto the third round of stimulus check for $1,400 per person and $2,800 for married couples filing jointly. Income threshold below $80,000 for individuals and $160,000 for married couples filing jointly. So you see the point. If your income threshold as an individual below $70,000 at least, and if your income threshold as a married couples is below $150,000, then chances are you could be the low income, fixed income beneficiary receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI, survivors benefits, and specifically these stimulus check could be specifically designed and intended to provide financial relief for those who need it the most, those who are struggling financially and may have limited source of income. The true purpose of stimulus check is government aims to stimulate the economy by distribution of the funds to those who are most likely to spend the money. That's where low income, fixed income beneficiaries are the target to provide the stimulus check, because those are the people who will be likely going to spend the money right away when they'll be going to receive another round of stimulus check. If you give the stimulus check to rich people, people with higher income threshold, then there is a very low likelihood they'll be going to spend that money. Instead, they'll be going to save that money into their bank account. So you see the point. Low income, fixed income beneficiaries would be the first target to provide the stimulus money. Generally, as per the previous round of stimulus check, income threshold for the eligibility typically ranges from $75,000 to $100,000 for individuals, $150,000 to $200,000 for married couples filing joint. It's worth noting that previous stimulus check also included provisions for adult depending on specific income threshold. The main determining factor for eligibility is income, and low income, fixed income individuals are usually primary recipients of stimulus check. When it comes down to the next round of a stimulus check, Federal Reserve determines the amount of the stimulus money needed to help recover the economy, and also Federal Reserve has rights to print the money for the stimulus check. Stimulus money is printed out and pushed into the economy by Federal Reserve to encourage the spending and stimulate the economic growth. And here's the thing, government wants the stimulus money to be quickly spent onto the groceries, clothing, any food items, or any other items and goods or service that you can purchase. This will ultimately benefit the economy as well as fulfill the needs for the low income, fixed income beneficiaries. Now you might be wondering why spending money is so important. Well, businesses businesses get benefit when people spend their stimulus check. When people spend their stimulus check, this leads to increased sales, increased demand to their goods, products, services. When people rush to their supermarket, Walmart, 7-Eleven, any supermarket for example, typically when people receive their stimulus check, they spend it on buying essential stuff that leads to increased sales, therefore increased demand for the products, goods. When people spend their stimulus check into the economy, government really likes that effect. Basically, this effect stimulates the economy. Entire economy experiences huge surge of the economic growth. So the next important question you should be asking yourself, what will be the criteria to receive the stimulus check? Which group of people will be included in the next round of a possible stimulus check? Now, criteria for receiving stimulus check definitely not include age, your gender, your locality, and any of other sorts of these requirements. They don't even look at your document. One of the primary requirement, only criteria that is required in order to receive the stimulus check is income. You know what, guys? When it comes down to the eligibility, they simply look at your incomes as the major determining factor to see if someone is eligible for the stimulus check. Now, as per the previous eligibility requirements, previous stimulus check had income thresholds of $75,000 as individuals and $150,000 as married couple filing jointly. Based on those previous requirements, we can see in the event of another round of stimulus check, those income thresholds are likely to be similar to those previous ones. So Social Security retirement, SSDI and SSI beneficiaries, you know what, they are unlikely to make anywhere between $75,000 to $150,000 a year as the individuals or $150,000 and beyond as couples filing joint. So you know what, guys, that basically means Social Security recipient, Social Security retirement, SSDI and SSI beneficiaries will be most likely included in the next round of a stimulus check. And you know what, guys, those are the groups which are highly doubting that another check would happen or not. What is the likelihood of another stimulus check? And now here's the thing, guys, like I said, those group of people will be most likely included if there is another round of stimulus check. But you know what, whether there will be another round of stimulus check or not, remember, guys, stimulus check is sent on based on the condition of the economy. It doesn't matter how many letters, calls, emails you send to the Congress. It doesn't really matter how much letters, calls, emails or videos are made on it. People, whether people really need the stimulus check, you know what, it doesn't take a look at your calls, emails and the videos. It all comes down to a very important factor, that is the economy. You know what, Congress will simply take a look at the economy and they will see how much more money is required to be injected in order to stimulate the economy. That's the most important aspect. And in the period of recession, as far as the current data, I can clearly see about 80% of the population would be included if there is another round of stimulus check. So if you take an example, let's say economy needs $800 billion of stimulus money, then you know what, government will simply then divide $800 billion among the 250 million people, those stimulus check eligible people. And the purpose of the stimulus check is to get money into the economy as quickly as possible. So you know what, it's the most efficient way to send out stimulus check as soon as possible. And you know what, they can implement those stimulus check very quickly. We have seen those in the previous round of stimulus check. You know what, guys, in just a matter of few days, stimulus check were approved, sent into the economy, and people started receiving those checks as soon as possible. And you know what, guys, government is really clever. They know that people will spend the money as quickly as possible into the economy, and this is why they continue to send out stimulus check. And from the time the legislation is approved to the time money lands into the bank account of people, it can take only few days. So I see that's the most efficient way to stimulate the economy, as people use this money to buy essentials, which stimulates the economy. Money goes from retailers to manufacturers, then it goes to the suppliers and so on, and this one creates a cycle. Ultimately, stimulus check will stimulate the economy very rapidly. And another important factor that boosts up the possibility whether we should get stimulus check or not is basically the jobs number. Whether the economy is slowing down, contraction is coming in, you know what, that is determined based on the unemployment rate. Basically, how many people are losing their jobs, and it's like an avalanche effect. Once it starts going on, it quickly picks up momentum, and you know what, economy suddenly rolls out of the cliff, and basically we are into the period of recession. And that's the most important aspect. When government officially acknowledges that we are in a period of recession, then clearly it's the red flag for them. It's the red indicator for the sending out out stimulus check. So well guys, speaking of a potential fourth stimulus check, what could happen next? Let's check it out. Well guys, the jobs market will determine the economy's health. It happens all the time. Economy goes through economic cycles of growth and contraction. When economy contracts, government stimulates the economy by passing a multi-billion-dollar stimulus package. Recently, even trillions of dollars we have seen passed. Whether it's Congress, economists, you know what? They monitor the economy carefully and they monitor what is the need of stimulus money. Once they realize there is a huge need, then government will pass packages and start printing out the money in order to stimulate the economy. And you know what, guys? Stimulus will help out companies to get more orders, more revenues. In turn, more profits will be generated, and this will help businesses to start growing once again and hiring more people. And you know what, guys? This will increase the jobs number. So this is kind of a cycle we are talking about. That also raises a very important question whether sending out stimulus check cause additional inflation, because inflation is not good for the economic growth. But that is where a potential for the fourth stimulus check still has some hope, because but you need to understand Congress will ultimately determine the rules and eligibility criteria for the stimulus check, and it's still uncertain what they will be going to decide into the future. However, based on the historical patterns, usually government's intention happens to land upon those group of people, support those people with limited income. So it is highly likely that low income fixed income beneficiaries will be going to receive the another round of stimulus check if it is approved. The previous 3 rounds of stimulus check have been relatively quick with the distribution of the payments, especially the second and the third round of payment was relatively quick with reaching into the people's bank account just within the week of approval. Granted, there are some round of stimulus check where people got their payment delayed due to information not available to the IRS, Social Security not providing the details to the IRS. Now, in the event of another round of stimulus check approval, let's say they pass a bill, well, once the bill is signed by the President Biden, once the bill is signed, it generally takes within a week or so to reach the stimulus check into people's bank account. When it comes to deciding factor when they will be going to issue the stimulus check, it's very important to monitor the Federal Reserve interest rate policy, the jobs market, the inflation reports, and the stock market trends. Also, lawmakers' discussions, bills, latest proposals related to economic conditions, benefits should be closely monitored, closely followed. Lawmakers' discussions onto the bill's proposal packages can give you a clear picture what you should expect into the future right here into the economy, whether we are going to face recession, economic contraction that could potentially lead to approval and distribution of another round of stimulus check. Now let me ask you one very important question. Would you like $200 monthly increase in your monthly social security checks, or would you like $2,000 stimulus check, a one-time payment, and that's it? Which one do you think is more beneficial? Now answers could be different, but generally people would most likely prefer $2,000 one-time payment because it's initially the highest amount that you'll be going to receive instantly. But here is the thing, guys, you need to rethink your choices, because let me break down all the details for you. Now here is the thing, guys, typically a stimulus check is a one-time relief that you get and that's it. Now here is the thing, there are tons and tons of discussions going on for $200 monthly increase, Social Security 2100 Act, various bills, packages, reforms. So which one is beneficial, whether it's $2,000 one-time fourth stimulus check or $200 monthly increase that you'll be going to receive on a monthly basis, that means 12 times in a year? Which one is better? Well, here is the thing, while stimulus checks are not the same as the increase that you'll be going to receive, the $200 increase offers ongoing monthly support, like you pay your bills, groceries, and spend the money on a monthly basis. Monthly increase offers ongoing support, while the stimulus check is a one-time lump sum payment. Now, it's very important to consider the long-term consequences, which one gives the most amount of benefits. So $2,000, basically you receive the $2,000 and that's it. You'll be not going to receive any payment on a monthly basis or anything of such kind. With the $200 monthly increase, it's advantageous because with the raise to your benefits, it can provide beneficiaries with the $200 per month, resulting in more money in the people's pocket in the long term. So let's say you are going to receive $200 per month. So if you calculate for the 12 months, that is for a year, you'll be going to receive $2,400 in a single year. But if you surpass a 1 year of the benefits, then it becomes significantly important, because here is the thing, $200 receiving for 24 months, that is 2 years period, it comes at $4,800. And here is the thing, it's an ongoing monthly support. So instead of a one-time lump sum stimulus check, a raise to your monthly benefit is much more beneficial into the long run. But getting more money isn't always a good thing because you need to also consider the taxes. While stimulus checks are traditionally not taxable, they have been classified as refundable tax credits. They are not counted as an income. However, guys, the $200 increases may be subjected to the taxes because those are increases to your monthly checks. So depending on your individual's annual income, if your income exceeds 25,000 as an individual or 32,000 as a married couple, then you may need to pay your taxes on additional benefits. So that's the another side of the equation of receiving more money on a monthly basis. When deciding between the two options, $200 or $2,000 for stimulus check, while $2,000 stimulus check may be more beneficial as it is not taxable, but other option is also crucial to consider. If you receive $200 increase on a monthly basis, let's say if you surpass 2 years of period, then that becomes a substantial amount of benefits like I described. It becomes more than $4,800 and there is obviously some tax deducted. Deciding between what kind of a economic relief should government provide to the beneficiaries, it's the lawmaker's choice, it's the policy maker. They typically allocate the amount, the type of the benefit, whether it's monthly ongoing payment, one-time stimulus check. So moving forward, it's worth keeping eye on all the latest updates, all the latest news. As of right now, no fourth stimulus check have been approved, neither $200 increase has been approved. Once I get any latest information, I will keep you posted, I will keep you informed. So guys, make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe, and this is Kedar from How to Guys. See you in the next video.